having, and they've been unbelievably professional with the way that Mandy Camilleri's run things. But, it's not the same as week-to-week stuff, and I think there might be a few real nerves amongst everybody at the club. That's where Dennis Knight comes into his own, because we're talking about a man with enormous experience in finals. He'll be the calming influence on that group, and
went with Noble Park about 10 years ago now in Division 1. I actually asked him during the week.
With Dennis Knight at Noble Park during those times when
he did.
He won those flags. So, Daniel's he is pure class. The thing that I really love about what he's done is that he's come in, he's a breath of fresh air within the coaching ranks in First Division. He's really honest, he's open. He allows a lot of emotion in the game, which is really, really important. And you're right, those players play for him. And that is a real key when it comes to finals, is that you never, ever want to draw upon any situation where you ask players to play for you. But when you know they will, that's a huge bonus. And he's got the utmost respect from everybody in the competition, but particularly his players.
It's funny you mention that, because I suppose when you look at premiership coaches and premierships in the Eastern Football League, when I think about players who play for their coach, the man who springs to mind is Mick Fogarty. Fogarty was the coach of Noble Park. They won 2 flags in a row immediately before Baldwin did. So you looked at him and the way that his players, I suppose, reacted to the way he talked to them, and you could just see that they wanted to run through brick walls for Mick, and you see that with the Tigers and Donati.
I think I agree, and I think one of the things that the lasting memories I have of Mick Fogarty are not so much the fact of him winning games of football and being a winning coach, was when he was a losing coach 2 years ago against Baldwin. And I watched after the game, and after all the ceremonies had finished, he went out there when Baldwin players were all standing in a circle with a cup in the middle, all having their debrief. He went around all new to them, and they don't really know what to expect or what the feeling's like, or they just want to get out there and win a game because, obviously it would be historic for the club, and then you become part of a different history.
You certainly can't question the Tigers' desire, given the way they got to the grand final. I'm sure we'll discuss that a bit further during the preview. But, you look at last week, 3/4 time, they're down by 2 goals to Vermont in the preliminary final. Vermont kicks the first goal of the last quarter. They're down by 3 goals. They could roll over and say, look, we had a good crack, finished 5th, prelim final, so many injuries, great run. But they didn't. They responded. Luke Barker comes out, kicks 4 goals in a row, and pretty much drags them across the line himself. So, look, the Tigers aren't going to go away,
and I think that's
and they're perfectly confident that they can challenge today.
I think one of the things that's really interesting about both clubs, and it's a difference I think than what we've seen in the past few years, is that they're both similar shaped sides. I think that's one of the things that Baldwin have been able to show over the past 2 years, is that lean 6'2" runner that they have a truckload of has set the standards for what we look for in our First Division football. Norwood are very, very similar. They're full of 6'2", 6'3" runners. Their ability to be able to match up is incredibly good. As we say, they have been the best side in the competition this year. They've earned the right. I think that's the other thing. Winning their first final was massive for the club as far as confidence, and beating Baldwin prior to the finals was also a really big factor for them. Whether Baldwin had injuries or not, it was about beating one of the big two, getting over the line and proving to themselves that not only are they a great club, but they've proven themselves to be the best club in the competition up until today.
Conor, you mentioned Ryan McMahon coming back and then Baldwin bringing players back of recent weeks. Is the issue you bring back a player like Ryan McMahon, who I think you said missed 5 or 6 weeks, he misses that amount of football in a key game, is that a risk that Dan Donati's taking?
Look, it's a risk if Ryan McMahon may have been a 21-year-old who hadn't experienced a lot of senior football, and we are talking about a level now where
to 2-13-25 over Roval. We're about an hour away from the grand final. Plenty of big guests coming out as well. Dan Beard, of course, a stalwart umpire of the EFL, who'll be joining us up here. Phil Merton will join us, of course, part of the EFL chairman, and also coming up will be the presidents of the 2 clubs. We'll have Richard Wilson and also Mark Etherington. So Etherington, plenty to come up. This, of course, as I mentioned, is the EFL Game Day here on 98.1 FM. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half of the Sports Pass warm-up right here on EFL Game Day.
You could spend your weekend driving around to different car dealers, or you could avoid the hassle.
743-710. Authentic Autographs, Australia's largest licensed and authentic memorabilia dealer across all sports.
Good news, boys. It's 20% off to travel on Eastlink on weekends and public holidays with a car tag. So, with the money you'll save, you'll have enough.
Enough for what, Coach?
My birthday present next week. And I have my eye on some sparkly gold footy boots with some pandas on them.
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
In sparkly boots.
Program sponsor.
What song would you like played at your funeral?
Oh, it's got to be A Long Way to the Top. Akka Daka, yeah.
Just the Way You Are, Billy Joel. Love that song.
Oh, the Collingwood song. Good old Collingwood forever.
For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website, www.efl.org.au.
The warm-up continues right here on EFL Saturday.
Welcome back to EFL Game Day. Well, the grand final, the EFL Tuesday Division 1 grand final between Norwood and Boronia is just about an hour away. It's going to be sensational. Of course, this is the Sports Pass warm-up. Head to the App Store now and download your free Sports Pass app today, or head to Twitter at SportsPass14. We've got a very special guest joining me alongside the balcony, along with Conor Ryan and Brett Davidson. It's the president of the Norwood Football Club, Mark Etherington. Mark.
For a long time now. How long has a Division 1 grand final been the goal, and how long would you say that's been a realistic goal?
So 1999 we were in 4th Division. A lot of people turned around and thought that our place in the Eastern Footy League was 3rd Division. It's been a goal of mine from day one. We always wanted to be the best we could be and make sure we could develop good juniors coming through. So I don't think there's too many clubs in 1st Division can turn around and say 15 of their squad are 25. 13 of the 22 that take the field today are actually homegrown.
Okay, and how much of an impact has Dennis Knight had on that, I suppose, turning the Division 1 grand final goal into a reality?
I think we've been on the doorstep of something special for a long time. To have that next step taken care of and have the support around him. We worked pretty hard in making sure we identified our deficiencies on field and off. To have a coach come through that was able to get the players behind him and understand what success was about, given his history, but then to probably complement that with the support that was there with the assistants, some past players in amongst that assistants group as well. But the lion's share of the assistants group are all junior coaches that we've developed as well. So I think he's been important, but I think equally it's been a collective effort.
I think, Mark, that's one of the things that I've really noticed about the club, and something that I noticed particularly today when I was speaking to a few of the boys that I've been familiar with over the past years.
Nice.
Norwood is all about making sure that the right people are in the right positions, and guys like Wayne Goebel, who's been involved in
of the development of those young kids coming through, has been good people being identified as leaders within the football club to take them to the next step.
Is that one of the things you think's maybe changed in local footy over the last 10 years? Not only now do you have to be a good player, you've got to have a good character and a good personality about you. Otherwise, the club's just going to have issues later down the track.
Totally agree. The world's full of very good people, and we try and turn around and identify the very best to try and get into a very good football club. We're a family club in every sense of the word. We don't have any clowns in our club. We don't. There's a funny few that are quite passionate and come out with the strange things every now and then, but the majority have always been very strong, very passionate, and that's on and off field.
Just on your recruits, I mean, we know that there's some big names among that group and they've had a big impact, but the thing that also impresses me about the club is that guys who've come to the club, guys like Matt McCormick and Matthew Aver, who didn't come in with massive raps on them, have turned into very, very good Division 1 footballers.
And you've identified two guys there, and the list goes on. Naturally, they have had reasonable success at lower levels, but have developed. We've identified something that they have a strong aspiration to be successful, and with the right people around them, with the right leadership, the right preparation, pre-season, they've taken that next step, and they've been instrumental in our season so far.
I actually think that probably their past coaches have been pretty instrumental in getting them there. Well, that's right, I'm one of them. That's right. Forgot
that's
about
correct,
that.
Davo.
But no, look, I think one of the things that you've said, which was really important, is this idea of stability. And while you won't take credit, because I know that's the person that you are, I think one of the things that the club has to recognise is the fact that being president of a football club is difficult. Being president of a football club for 100 years is even more difficult. And, mate, you've been there and you've been through the good times, and you've also been through some times when it hasn't been fantastic. You've been prepared to make hard decisions, and that's something that I think everyone admires about the way that you've gone about your job. And, I think the club needs to be terribly thankful of the fact that they've had that stability up top, and that you've really done, and you're a crucial part to the reason why they're actually playing off in a First Division Grand Final. So I think you need to take a fair amount of credit, and I know you won't, but on my point of view, I think it's something that you really need to step up and say, yeah, I'm enjoying the ride, and it's been fantastic.
That we hosted, and there was Auskick kids running around from 17 odd years ago that are taking the field today. If we can make sure we maintain that philosophy, then I think Norwood Footy Club will be around for many, many years.
Well, Mark, just quickly on field today, mate, where do you feel this game's won? It's certainly not going to be it's going to be an attritional 3 hours of football, isn't it?
Midfield. I honestly think the midfield's going to be instrumental. Look, Bourne have got a potent forward line. Norwood have got a potent back line. We've got multiple goal kickers. They have 2 or 3 that have kicked 150. We've got 6 that have kicked 150. I think through the midfield and making sure that clean delivery into the forward line and making sure that we move quickly and run and spread, the team with the fitness today is the one that's going to come out on top. And
your margin, obviously we know who you're tipping, and who you think is going to get best on ground?
The margin is a win. I'm not going to give you how many points or anything like that. I'll be satisfied with a win. Simple. Best on ground, geez.
Don't give me team effort, please.
I was going to give you 22. Let's put 22 blue ribbon medals out there. Brent English.
Not a bad pick, mate. Well, we thank you very much for your time. Good luck for the day. I'm sure at 3/4 time you'll be a nervous wreck if you're in the game, but really looking forward to.
Must be hoping that his boys get over the line.
Well, we've got the other president joining us now, Davo. Richard Wilson from Bourne's about
Off you
to
go, Davo.
seat, so I'll get you to shift over.
No, it's all right. I'm pretty happy just to keep these seats warm the whole time, so I'll move across and let Richard come in.
Shift over again. Richard Wilson, of course, the president of the Bourne Football Club, is about to join us. Richard, thanks for joining us, mate, on the couch. It's not bad,
nice.
Is it?
No, it's not bad. No, we could improve it, but not bad.
Oh, it's a good start. Breakfast television feel.
Hello, Conor.
Good to see you, Richard.
Good to see you, mate.
It's great to have you, mate. It's a special day, and it's the 3rd special day in grand finals for you guys. It's not a bad feeling, I imagine.
No, it's a terrific feeling, and it's been a great result for our club. Over many years, we've managed to be fortunate enough to make grand finals, and Daniel is a people person. He's got great energy. He's got great experience, both as a player and now as a coach, and his player management, player welfare, his work ethic around game day matchups and structure and is second to none, and the support staff around him with John O and Cosy and Lucky and the boys. So it's been a really great team, and they know each other really well. And I think for today, we'll lose games, we'll win games, but come grand final day, now that we're here. All those things are a part of why their belief is so strong about today, and resolve. It's a culture that's evolved. Bourne as a culture, as a club, as a successful club, for a lot of years now, have built that, and that's what we bring to the players who come to Bourne. We're here to win. We're here to play footy. We're here to have a good time. But the players, they want success.
How important has it been getting another 19 side into the club this year?
Yeah, look, I think everyone understands how difficult it is for us in our demographic, but it's been critical. And in fact, we wouldn't be in the finals without them, because of the injury rate. We picked up 4 or 5 under 19 boys who actually were able to play roles. They got experience. They filled some gaps and helped us win a couple of games, got us over the line. So normally you get that through your reserves, but the under 19, we had 4 or 5 that came through and were good enough to get picked. And so that's how important it was for us this year, and hopefully we can continue to find the players.
And you're able to hand the reins over to one of your senior players for the under-19s. Madison Hardiman took charge there and made it his own. Yeah,
very enthusiastic Madison, and he likes to talk, and hopefully he won't do too much talking on the field to the wrong people today. But no, he was terrific, and the players, the players or the kids, they loved him, and he learned a lot from him. They learned a lot from him. you know, it was a tough year on the field in terms of results, but in terms of bonding and learning the game, you know, starting to come in and playing non-junior football, if you like. It's a great learning curve for them, and Madison was terrific as the coach. And
you must hope that he can get some success today as well, given he's had some injury problems in the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. This will be one for him, having wins, making people happy, and the players feel happy when they win, but we govern success by making finals.
And, I mean, just looking to the, I suppose, immediate future, you've locked in Dan Zanardi for another couple of years as coach. That must make you feel confident that you'll be thereabouts for success in the next couple of years?
Yeah, look, he's proven himself, obviously. 2 years, 2 premierships and a 3rd grand final appearance. So, as a coach and the head of the footy department, he's just been terrific. And all of his experience, both as a player and then under other coaches and his business, what he does in his own business world, sales and marketing and all those attributes that he brings to the coaching role have all come through. The players love him, they respect him, they listen to him. And you know, that's just part of leadership that is critical in any footy club. They have the right leaders that can convey the message and train, in this case, train to play to win.
And it's grand final day for the 3rd time in a row for you. How are you coping with it all? And is it different this time round to what it has been the last 2? And what do you like during a game on grand final day?
Yeah, look, you know, you're nervous. You're nervous because, you know, a lot of clubs and a lot of people don't ever get to make grand finals. And so, you know, when you do get there, you want to win. You know, we're here to win. And so there's a bit of nervous energy around that. And I don't like too many people talking to me. I focus on the game and see what's going on. But, you know, this year's been a different year. 2012 was a different year. Last year was just a special year. And this year we've got to the grand final in some respects in a whole different way. And I think that just adds to the breadth of what this group's about. And I think whatever happens out there today from me as a president and a fan, I know the boys are going to be out there, and I know where their heads are at. So, and by the way, I can't do anything on the balcony.
Now, I can't help letting go without asking this question. Just draw you away from today's game a little bit. AFL Victoria said in 2016 they want to bring in some sort of player payment system. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a necessity in the way local football is going today?
Look, I don't. My view, and I think our club's view, is that that it's an open market, and I don't think putting any forms of constraints around clubs and a uniform approach will work metropolitan and in country. I think they're all different circumstances, they're different leagues. There's relegation and promotion. I think to try and manufacture something that restrains player payments, I think all those things even themselves and find their level over the journey, and I think it's probably more of a distraction. I think there's other things that can be really should be dealt with to promote clubs and leagues.
Them, isn't it? Williams comes out and takes a...
Oh, look, as I say, it's just uncharacteristic with the use of the football by Baldwin at the moment. They've been under pressure. Even when they brought the ball down the wing a moment ago, they had 3 possessions and not one of them actually hit the target. So this is a crucial kick, and the matchup is just not working at the moment. Whether they've got to take the risk and put Pendlebury back there, I'm not sure.
Well, he's kicked 4 goals this afternoon. He'd love to make it 5. He starts it outright. That's the way to do it. You're a classy player, Lee Williams. That's his 5th goal of the afternoon, and Norwood have 8 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 8-8-56. 23 minutes gone in this final term. Baldwin 4-1-25. Grant Campbell, thanks.
Inside that 4 line, he's barely ventured outside the 50.
That's not going to help Baldwin at all. Rennie Watts coming off the ground. They're already probably down 1 in the ruck anyway.
But Conor O'Sullivan's attack on the football then was amazing. He just split that pack.
Exactly right. John O'Wynn just out-muscles the opponent. Great work. Now a chance to run. Great work. McCutcheon found a bit of space. Got it off to Shepherd. Shepherd dropped what he probably...
Baldwin 4-1-25. A great second quarter by the Norwood Football Club there.
Yeah, fantastic effort. And the perfect start. 9-8-62. Baldwin 4-1-25.
If you watch just before the Williams, and he absolutely ragdolled his opponent, just threw him away, got it moved, and that is going to make it really hard. That's 6 and a half. That's sensational.
Pretty call it a half, yeah. Blink and you'll miss it. Bloody Bruce Press from Aloft Productions was annoying me, and I didn't actually get to see the goal.
You can watch it back on the stream on www.afl.org.au. Ball back in the middle once again. The perfect start for the Norwood Football Club. Cross tries to kick it off the ground, although Holmes cuts it off, gets it a bait. Fair bit of talent there. Off the ball, Shepherd was good.
He's a big kick though, so he sets it up for McCormack to make the big fly and knock over the back. And a kick off the grab on Jessup. What a fantastic goal out of mid-air. It's as classy and freaky as you can get. Well, he certainly ran after the football. He was judging the flight of it. Boot to ball. He was right position, right time. That's what that is.
That is
looked like an accident.
That was magnificent play. That, and again, it was because Norwood were able to push ball and wide in that kick out. They didn't allow.
Inside out, managed to do so. Short passes on to right, back to Rennie Gilchrist, swings out wide. The kick is going to spot up 49 points. In fact, the umpire throws it up. Can they get a little bit of a run on there? That was a good bit of pressure by Johnny Holmes, and over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Just watching across the ground, they're zoning up all over the ground. Bates got control. English got control of the boys. It's really impressive to watch Norwood at the moment in what they're doing.
Well, both ruckmen hit the deck. Pulled each other down, so play went on and have another bounce. Wynn and Watts give that little tap centre and got boot to ball when he needed to. So a goal on the board to ball when that's their first for the third term. 5-2-32 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They're still trailing by 43 points though. Norwood 11-9-75.
And again, it wasn't clean, was it? It was just a scrambled goal. There wasn't a lot of free-flowing play. Good kick though into a dangerous position, and that's what they've got to do. Don't go wide. Put it at the top of the square. Put defenders under pressure.
Things like that will happen. O'Sullivan went up in the ruck, got a knock on it again.
Increasing them quite significantly in the second quarter. They lead 10-3. So just if they can convert their chances, there's still a chance.
Well, a couple of goals ago, BWS, the fat lady was warming up those calf muscles, ready to make her way up the stairs here at Bayswater Oval. She's got back in the car now.
Well, it's if they can kick another couple, they know how they can run out games of football, don't they? Is on hands and knees. O'Sullivan got it out wide, and look at the burst there from Poynton on the right boot. They want the quick answer here. Williams getting back, and he got pulled to ground. The umpire said it was play on. Oh, the snap up went up and under kick. Williams pulled right off the play there, and it'll be a free kick to right in the defensive goal square. And well, they need to start taking the risk, don't they? Oh, it's a risky kick. This might have been on the full. The umpire stared at it a long time. Keedle got the kick out wide, up towards Rennie Gilchrist. They might not allow that one. So both of them were very close. Jono Wind will send the ball back in for Norwood.
I'll give you a breather now, Benny. Great work. Bate almost had it. Gave it away. Gould gets it across to Gisbert's under a fair bit of pressure. Gets his handball away. Plenty of numbers round. Watts is one of those. Ducked his head straight into it. Gave off to Gilchrist. And now a bit of run in the legs of the Morwood Tigers.
Oh!
Well and truly there was Hardiman. And those two have been going at it for the last 5 or 10 minutes. And eventually something was going to boil over, and it ended up in a free kick going the way of Madison Hardiman. And supporters not too happy with the treatment from the Norwood captain.
To the ball play on the lead.
Because he's turned it over straight away. Although the kick again wasn't flashed to Keedle.
Well done, Bull.
Hard up against it. Great work there from Bull. Just wraps up his opponent. A chance to go to boundary side. Thanks to life care at the 19-minute mark of the third term.
Boys, Vaughan haven't even bothered to put Millhausen or Penderbury on this quarter, so I think they're definitely done for the day.
Bad signs. As this could also be a bad sign. Matty Bate tried to slot it back. Wasn't going to happen, though. That would have brought the house down.
And the Norwood pocket as well. They would have gone bananas.
Alas, 11-10-76 Norwood. Baldwin 6-3-39. 20 minutes gone. Third term AFL Game Day Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final.
Well, Jackson Weatherall played it to himself. Shane Tregear now had a bounce on the left boot. A spearing pass up towards the wing position. So it was a good pass. Broadhurst is a long way out from goal, isn't he? He gets it back to Tregear. Kick was smothered off the boot and goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. True centre wing position out here. Time on in the third term.
They're still pressing, and the moment was before BWS. You spoke about Bull. He was fantastic in that one-on-one. He thought he was in a china shop. He really did. He put the body in hard. And I think that's the sort of thing that's got to snuff out this ball and attack. I mean, a bit of contested work. I think that's why Johnny Holmes tried to run through Madison Hardeman before. Just let this ball one side know that we're still in front, we're not going anywhere. There's no fairy tales, that's not going to happen. So Norwood really playing contested football.
And I mean, English and Holmes have done really well in the physical stuff this quarter. Both of them have been right involved in lots of heavy work.
37 points is the margin. Can Norwood stretch it inside forward 50? McCormack gave away a little bit of a push there. The umpire said play on as Jared Wright charges out of the back line, kicks it into the middle of the ground. It was a risky kick as Gisberts was there to lay the spoil. Shepherd, who's had a good term, got boot to ball and it goes out wide. A race towards the football now in shoes. Tigers are going to win out. The kick up towards the half-forward line was a good one. They've got the switch. They've got it working well here. Taylor Gilchrist in the middle of the ground. Stops props. He'll go out wide. Finds Keedle. Maybe a little bit too slow in this instant. Keedle. Short passes on. Cross. Lead to the pocket from Barker is ignored. Instead, they go to the top of the goal square. That was that kick that Davo's been screaming for. Bate. He's going to pick the ball up now. He can go over the top with a nice looping handball out to Corder, and he has a little bit of space. Can use his left foot now up towards the McCormack direction. He was the only one that really wanted it in the end. He judged it well too. He'll go back over his mark. He'll kick the ball inside forward 50. Here he is. Lee Williams comes out and takes the mark about 45 metres out. He'll kick from just inside the 50, shooting for goal number 6.
Number 7.
Number 7, I should say.
McCutcheon should have done more then. He was the one who had an opportunity to take on McCormick. He played off him slightly, didn't do it, and as is the case now, we've got Williams lining up for a real hurting goal for Baldwin this one, if he kicks it.
We saw English sneak down into the pocket hoping to receive one, but full forwards don't give away kicks like this on towards the goal. He gives it everything he's got, and he pushed it to the left-hand side. So
Theatre, that would have been a magnificent controversial mark to pay.
I would have paid it.
Yes, I would have.
That's why we're all sitting up here.
Holmes at half-back.
I don't look good in red anyway, so...
If I had another couple of days to work on Goldie, I probably would have had a chance to umpire in this grand final. Great work. English gets around one, now gives the handball away. Inside forward 50. Williams has got to beat 2. Can't quite do so. Great work running back with the flight there, Taylor Gilchrist.
Here they go.
Gilchrist will switch to the commentary side. Trickier. Marks, defensive 50. Kicks up towards centre wing. Makes his teammate work for it, but manages to take the mark there, Keedle. Keedle short. Finds Game Day.
If I'm going to have a plumber come to my place, I want one that cares. So I use local H2 Pro plumbing. They communicate, arrive on time, respect me in my home, and execute with excellence. And they support Who Gives a Crap? Toilet paper that builds toilets and saves lives. Sign up at h2pro.com.au for 10% off every plumbing job for life. H2 Pro Plumbing, my local plumber who really cares. 9844 1444.
Car City's website is awesome, but nothing compares to experiencing Car City in person. It's massive! A huge 10 acres bursting with up to 2,000 used and late model cars. Plus, Car City offers instant on-site finance, so you can have the car you want now. T's and C's apply. Check them out online, carcity.com.au, and make sure you visit to experience the huge Car City difference.
415 Maroondah Highway, Ringwood. Have you got a premiership or milestone jumper that needs framing? Is the better half nagging you to clean up the man cave? Well, you're in luck. As well as being Australia's largest licensed memorabilia dealer, the team at the Authentic Autographs also do custom framing. From the deep rebated frame, the acid-free pins, the mount will not only look great, but won't damage your prized jumper should you want to relive the glory days. The team will also design a frame, including photos and all the important information, so you have no trouble bragging to the boys. Contact David on 0439 743 710. Authentic Autographs, Australia's largest licensed and authentic memorabilia dealer across all sports.
How would you like your coffin to look?
I think maybe my wedding photo would look good.
Like HMAS Melbourne. I spent the best years of my life on that ship.
Oh, a picture of me and the kids from when I was younger and they were babies.
Lots of pretty flowers.
Well, at Tobin Brothers Funerals, anything is possible, including a custom-designed and decorated coffin to celebrate your life. To find out more, visit tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
EFL.org.au is a must visit for the die-hard Eastern Football League fan. In our news section, check out the latest news, feature articles and video programs, including the Friday preview. Have your say in the EFL poll, tip against your mates in the Vibromania tipping competition, and voice your opinion on the mighty EFL forum. Best of all, you can listen back to any EFL radio program at any time. To go live and local for your footy, head to efl.org.au.
What was wrong with you blokes yesterday? You were playing like you'd been stuck in traffic for an hour before getting to the game.
Coach, there was a railway crossing gate down for ages.
The other mob thrashed us. You ran out of legs.
They all have breeze tags, Coach. They use Eastlink. They get to focus on the match rather than focus on inching forward in the traffic.
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
Program sponsor.
EFL
Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Welcome back to Bayswater Oval. It is the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final between the Norwood Football Club and the Baldwin Football Club. I can't believe it, Brett Davidson. There is one quarter left in the entire EFL season. It can't be over already, surely not.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it is going to be in about 30 minutes' time. But look, it's still not over. I mean, Norwood had a chance to really bury them that quarter, and they didn't. And I'm not saying that Baldwin are playing well enough to win a game of football at this stage, but they probably haven't got the 50-point lead that they needed. And, you know, there were a few Norwood boys cramping in that last 5 minutes or so. So we'll just see what Baldwin do. Do they throw caution to the wind? They obviously, it's not like they can protect anything. They've just got to go out and run. They've got to run and run, get the ball down forward line quickly, try and get Barker one out if they can, Broadhurst one out, and try and sneak a couple of quick ones to put the doubt back into the Norwood boys' mind. But if Norwood play the way they have for three quarters, then they'll be the premiers for 2014.
Oh, they will. There's only thing left for Baldwin is a pulse, and that's about it. Grant Soupy Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap with the stats that matter.
In that third quarter, Baldwin had 12 clearances to 6. They had 56 kicks to 41. Norwood with 46 handballs to 31. And Norwood well on top with the inside 50s, having 16 to 9. And for the match now, the inside 50s 46 to 27. That really tells the story.
That doesn't it? 46 to 27 inside 50s. Well, you give any side 46 inside 50s in three quarters of football.
Look, they've got to stop momentum now. Baldwin have got to get the momentum, like we saw last week with Wanturna South and Templestowe. You get a little bit of momentum, you can do anything. So it's about getting that momentum early. If you shut it down, it's a lot harder to create.
They won't want to rest on their laurels. One iota, they'll want to earn this one right to the...
Our shot was it?
Umpires look good in red.
I think they look great in red.
Brilliant.
Slimming.
Tap came out. Gisbets gets the clear and kick away. Bounce. McMahon tries to get it away. Held up. Going nowhere.
So Dennis Snyder's come down onto the ground. He's coaching from the box at the moment.
Is that he wants to coach ground level, or he just wants to be there when that final siren rings around Bayswater?
Wants to soak it up.
On the scoreboard, doesn't really matter.
Well, we've been impressed with this game today. Zach McCubbin, 40 metres out, directly in front. Distance isn't a problem, but the accuracy is. Through for one behind, 13 on the board now. Norwood Football Club. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 12-13-85, 6-5-41. A Baldwin, 8 minutes gone, final term.
Well, they need to kick 3 or 4 in a hurry now, Baldwin.
It's the completely different scenario what happened last week, where Templestowe had kicked 4 within this time against Wanturna South. Wanturna South had kicked 4.
Baldwin?
Well, David, we see it so often in grand finals that don't live up to the hype of being the close games that we expected on the scoreboard. But both sides would be desperate for the final siren for completely different reasons, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
They'd be happy if it finished right now.
Well, I don't think Baldwin would be happy, but I think they're nearly at the stage where the realisation is going to come that they're not going to win it. So, you know, I don't think Norwood want it to go, but they also want to be out there to enjoy it. So it's a very different situation, but it's... Baldwin just haven't got any flow all day.
Just seen Jesse Newman's haircut first close up on the camera. That's ordinary. Kusaratis kicks out wide. Finds his target there in McCormick.
Gee, I've liked his work today. a forward that just works so hard up and down the ground.
Give a guy a rap and he turns the ball over. McCutcheon marks. Oh, sorry, Weatherald marks. Kicks short. Finds a teammate there in Hendry. Hendry centre wing out of side. As time slowly ticks down for the Tigers. Ryan. True centre half back position. Finds Goebbels. He's had to work very, very hard for every kick he's got this afternoon. Gives the handball away. The running McCutcheon. Now they've found a bit of space. Nice hit there from Hill.
Snap.
Keatle under pressure. I'd be running away from Stewie Hill after a hit like that too. Goebbels. That's gone about 10 metres. Gives his kick back. Gilchrist.
That's 8 possessions and they still haven't got out of the back.
Exactly.
50.
And we're back where we started. Weatherald on the outer side. Kicks up. Centre wing. Now they're starting to move forward, although now they've got a chance to turn it over, which they have. And the man marking right in the centre of the ground is Jordan Gisberts. Gisberts loads up to the top of 50, all by himself. Here is Gould. Gould marked, man on the mark stands on the paint of 50. Gould sends it towards the Williams direction, won't quite hit him, but if he can outmuscle his opponent, he's half a chance here. Hard up against the boundary line, gives his handball away. And it's seen over the boundary line and out of bounds.
I reckon you saw 2 exhausted players then. Neither of them wanted to run to the football, and when they had to, they went in at half pace. I think it's been a very physical game, and I think Norwood's superior fitness and only playing the one game might have really helped them.
12 and a half minutes gone, 86 plays 42. If you've just joined us, Norwood currently lead this Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final as we enter the final 10 minutes or so of the Division 1 season. Gilchrist tries to break through, can't quite do so, held up, and we'll have another ball up.
Again, Norwood zoned back beautifully, got the +1 in 3 different positions at the moment, so that's they'll let Baldwin just move the ball across half back as much as they like.
Gilchrist on the left boot. Bouncing football over the boundary line and out of bounds. True centre wing position.
Good result for the Tigers, that, because you were spot on, David. If it went anywhere else, it was coming straight back in. So I'm not sure if we did it on purpose, but split the difference and picked it.
Signals how strong that press is.
Hire brings the ball back in. Knocked down to Poynton. Got boot to ball. English was there, so he trapped it and banged it on his boot inside forward 50. A bouncing football. McCormack was in there, so too was his opponent in Ed McCutcheon. Sits on the football and will have a bounce 40 metres out from goal. 13 and a half gone in the final term. McCutcheon went up in the ruck, got that knocked down. O'Regan at the fall of the ball. Swings around on the right boot, sends it up towards the wing position, bouncing.
The Norwood players continually pushed back. As soon as they got the ball, Norwood pushed up. Just great running between the lines and from all the players at Norwood. I know you can do it when you're in front, but still you're tired, and they just kept and kept and kept working. Very impressive.
Doing some of his finest work, Giggles on the mic. A couple of cars need to be moved. Norwood to clear out. All by himself, ball marks, 60 from home. Gives the handball away, finds a teammate in Dixon. Dixon loads up. Can he send this one home from behind?
Yes.
Correct. 13-15, 93, Norwood 6-6, 42, Baldwin. 16 minutes gone, final term. Time tick, 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 ticks down. As Baldwin try and clear out the outer side. Hardeman the target. Can't quite find him. Great punch came over the back from DeClerc. Start thinking about your 3-2-1 for not only the Ferntree Gully Motor Group Best on Ground this afternoon, but the winner of that will also take home the Cliff Tompkins medal and the Blue Ribbon medal.
Plenty of blokes who have thrown their hands up for that this afternoon, haven't they? They haven't been, obviously Williams with his 6 goals, but someone had to kick it to him.
Exactly right. And ball stuck on the outer side. As the Norwood fans just start getting a little bit excited. I reckon you're allowed to when you're up by a considerable margin at the 16-minute mark of the final term. As they try and work it out again, Norwood, Kousaratis gets it inside forward 50, great kick, finds its target there in Lee Williams. And mentioned 6, do you reckon 7 almost gets him the medal?
Oh, I'm not going to give away any secrets now. I'm still trying to decide. But there's
not
been
asking you to vote yet.
Massive games from guys like Zach McCubbin. Brett Jordan's been huge as well. And there's plenty of blokes, but 7 goals in the grand final. What a story.
for number 7. Lee Williams plays on. Party time, party tricks, and a point from Lee Williams.
Solves the candy beautifully.
13-16-94. I'm eventually going to get one that's going to go through. 6-6-42 ball in 17 and a half minutes. Bring up the 100 and put the icing on top of an already very, very good looking cake.
A black, purple and gold cake.
Don't know how good it would taste. Jordan Gisbets comes in. Looks very nice off the boot. Bang! Crowd will tell the story. Goal. 14-16-100. His second.
Kicked the first of the afternoon as well.
Baldwin 7-6-48. Almost
21 minutes into this final term, the stats that matter.
Inside 50s, 10-8. Contested possessions, 18 apiece.
Thanks to Choose Tap, of course.
It is delicious. Over the top it goes. Holmes is going to sit up for him. It does. Through the middle of the ground he goes. So 2 interesting kicks for the last couple for the skipper. Kicks it towards the English direction. Ball still alive. High tackle's been paid, and Baldwin, they'll be able to clear this. Let it slide.
I have to think about that for a second. What are you talking about?
Boundary.
It's been a long season.
A free kick paid out. I think it might have been in the back going the way of Rennie Watts. Across boundary side shortly. So Watts
We'll give the hands off here.
gives the handball off. Rennie Gilchrist loads up from 55, top of the goal square. Can they make something out of this? Not quite. Through for one behind, 7-7-49. More cheers from Norwood for that behind than there was for Baldwin. 7-7-49. A 51-point lead to Norwood, 14-16-100. 24 minutes gone, final 10.
Bate thumps it on his boot out wide, looking for Ava, and he stood strong in the contact. Bate, long searching kick into the middle of the ground. Wynn had to go in hard there. He did that. Weatherald knocked it out to Gilchrist for Baldwin. Through the middle of the ground he goes now. He linked up there with Shepherd, who's got a bit of speed about him, the kid. Inside forward 50 goes over the top of Barker's head. Bouncing football. It might still stay alive here. Matty Bate. He's been so solid today. Handball off to Jordan. He'll go back to Bate, and no doubt he'll want to swing around on the left boot. And, well, he doesn't do that. He got the handball to Holmes, who swinged one out wide to Jordan. Now Jordan on the right boot up towards the wing position. That was a good lead by English and a great kick to hit him as well. As the siren sounds, Norwood are premiers in Division 1 for season 2014. Fantastic performance all year round, and didn't
what was expected of them, and that's why they finished on top of the ladder. It wasn't that they relied upon a forward, a ruckman, a defender. Every
first siren today, right from the get. That Norwood, this was a team, a first 18 side that really just exuded confidence.
They did. They really prepared extremely well. It was